It's been pretty much a year since we've been locked down inside this coronavirus hell. If there's one thing I miss, maybe not miss, at the time I didn't think I would miss it. I kind of miss it now. You know when you go over to different people's houses and everyone's houses smell a little bit different, like just a little bit different, sometimes a lot different. And sometimes it doesn't smell great. Sometimes it smells all right, but it smells different. You don't get that in coronavirus world where you're all trapped in your own house. It's a little bit different. And I can't believe that I kind of miss it, but I do kind of miss, going to visit this person or that person, this person, and their house smells different. The only other time you'd really get close to that is Halloween, in such a rapid, voluminous fashion. And I kind of miss that. It's been a year since visiting other people's places or having people over, and you don't get to smell what other people's houses smell like. How's it going tonight, gentlemen?
You missed the vomit smell over at my place.
Yes.
Mine definitely smells like shit. Like because I smell like shit all the time because I'll be like, what's that? It's because there's always shit on me for my kids. Okay. And I'm not even fucking lying. So I just people probably come over, me and Rashad are people probably like, this place fucking stinks like shit. Because how do I know? It's
I'm told.
I'm telling you, man. You just don't fucking know. Maybe it's just my kids, but I don't know, man. It's I just gave up, man. And if I was ever one of those people that was grossed out by shit, wouldn't be a good life. But okay, how are you guys doing?
Good. Doing all right.
Glad to be back.
Yeah. Brett, how was your trip with Sid's 6-0?
Well, I retreated to the mountains of Alberta for a cucumber spa bath. As you can see, my skin, look at this skin. It is crystal clear. It's beautiful. It's prime. I had cucumbers on my eyes. I skied the slopes. Whoa, man. It was a wonderful time. Thank you for asking.
And how was Sid?
Me and Sid, we're talking business. Sid 6-0, that is, of Sportsnet fame. And we're going to be all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Tim canceled on us, eh?
Well, no surprise.
Heard that.
Yeah, well, that's
coronavirus. I don't know.
Should have been in Canmore. Skiing the slopes, which is Douglas's favorite sport, skiing and snowboarding. He loves it. He's fascinated with it.
Skiing, it's because, my story of skiing is I went once in elementary and it was the funnest time ever. And I just was like, yeah. And then I remember in junior high or something, a bunch of people were going skiing, these people I know in my class. Maybe it was for the class. I'm like, yeah, I fucking love skiing. I'm the fucking best. And then I went, I fucking was the worst ever and couldn't even get off the bunny hill. So I never did it again. It was the worst. But snowboarding, I don't mind. It's just, I know that I would shatter into a million pieces and there would be no coming back from it. Because if I'm going on a snowboard, even though I'm old, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm already a broken skeleton, I would go off fucking jumps. Because what's the point of doing anything else? Why would you, what's this? You just want to do this? Whoa, fuck yeah. That's the fucking stupidest, man. I want to go off like a fucking, and if I do it proper, I might not hurt myself, but I am, very feeble. That's why though. Skiing's probably cool, but I sucked at it once and I didn't want to do it. And snowboarding's cool, but I would die. So.
It's a great way to get out in nature.
Where'd you actually go?
Went to Sunshine Village, and it felt like I was wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
Just in his speed suit.
He's just dreaming of that Flanders sweet ass.
We were going to record, but when you're relaxing in the mountains, you're being pampered on. I mean, look at the clarity of this skin. I mean, there's not a
it does look. You look like a China doll.
The theme of this episode is the city of Edmonton. I actually like Edmonton, but these other folks, I mean, they're gonna.
Actually, I like Edmonton. I do like Edmonton. This guy below me hates Edmonton. His buddy hates Edmonton more than anything, but I don't mind Edmonton. I don't mind it. It sucks, but anywhere else would suck just as more.
And we're going to get into that. That's the theme. Does anyone else have any thoughts about, before we get into watch, we got to get to our mailbag segment, because we always love actually, you know what? Before we get into our mailbag segment, I will give a quick shout out to two fans that have reached out and have shared some kind words. So Matthew McBride, the Bobby Hill, I don't know, does he like to be called that? Always out in the River Valley, enjoying the city of Edmonton. How fitting to give you a shout out in this episode after I seen you in the River Valley, chilling and drinking at Tim Hortons. Shout out to Matthew, Bobby Hill. We all like Hill. We all like Bobby Hill. Do we not?
Yeah. Yes. Of course.
Yes.
Of course. We've known him for a very, very, very long time, and he's a cool dude, man. You know?
Yes. We'll also give a shout out to Keely. I was just going to give a quick shout out to Keely, who has informed me that implied consent in the terms of business lawyer usage is not valid. So we're having trouble with the Colgate lawsuit because of that. Thank you for your tips and saving us a tremendous amount in legal fees. Thank you.
I know Keely. What's up, Keely?
Greetings. Thank you for telling us that implied consent. Otherwise we were going to go down a path of implied consent that was going to ultimately lead us to what's the equivalent of illegal ramrodding. So thank you for allowing us to avoid that pitfall.
By the way, I was talking to you today, and you said something about you also run into the Beachmeister down in the.
Yes.
Have you seen any of the bodies he leaves down there?
Well, I'll tell you what. So it's a Friday afternoon, and it's +7 in Edmonton. That's another great thing about Edmonton is in March we hoorah +7 weather in March. I was down in the River Valley, and I was in Hermitage Park, which smells an awful lot like dog feces this time of year, but it's fine because it's a good time. And BJ was down there, our good buddy Beej, LA Dodgers hat wearing BJ. And he had 6 dogs with him. But he also had a backpack with him. And I didn't want to ask him what was in the backpack, but maybe it was a body. And he was also drinking an Old Milwaukee. So shout out to BJ.
What's up, Beej? Yeah, there's no way he watches this shit anyways.
Absolutely not.
That reminds me, anytime we need a good old Beej story, I've got tons. I'm sure everyone does, but
He was doing his best to pick up some ladies down there in the park. And that's all I'll say about that. So.
Hopefully he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Well, I don't know if he was trying to pick them up, but he was doing his classic Beej thing.
Yeah. Okay. The thing with Beej is he's a very good talker. If he ever got his mind straight in life and dude could talk his way into anything, or he could be a good like salesman if he grew up a bit. But
there we go. Does anyone else have any before we get into the mailbag section, does anyone else have any shout outs to give to fans? Like really, this was the first week where I was out and about and was like, hey, I really like the podcast. That's incredible. Does anyone else have any fans to shout out?
I can't mention anyone for legal reasons.
Well, Jeff, a guy me and Darcy used to hang out. He was buddies with Martin. He loves our shit and he comments on it. And that's probably about it. And I know my mom's down.
Shout out to Susan, great supporter.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the show.
We'll just keep getting more.
Hopefully. We're going to start paying people to listen to the podcast.
Yes. No, I know people listen to it, but like I'm saying, like people I know, like, I don't know. Who knows, right? Like the views are there. Who knows how much time people are watching? I'm sure people want to see us talk. Some people.
Like,
they're
just
probably
hit the like button. Like button. Just down here on the left of the screen. Like button.
I'm just going to put like the whole screen a like for like 5 minutes. I know, like, see, this is the thing, right? I know, okay, if there's, maybe I don't like everything, right? But if I like see something, like I know people see some of my shit, like the podcast and shit, just fucking like it, man. That's how people can see it, bro. I'm not just sharing stolen memes here, bro. We're doing things. We're doing things. ViLLe Speaks is doing things.
Likes are worth like half a penny. If you like put how much your time is worth, it's like worth like it's worth a very small monetary amount. So if people aren't even willing to like our stuff, it's like you're not even worth half a penny. So start liking our shit. God damn it.
That's the thing. If someone rolls across one of our things, right, and it's like it's got like, let's say 100 views and like 2 likes, people are gonna like, check that out, man. They're like, fuck that. Fuck these guys, man.
Only 2 people liked this? Oh my God, it probably sucks ass. They probably got a guy from Columbus on there who's throwing his head into an electric fan. Like our shit.
You guys just don't want it to be accurate then. You want false ratings.
Yes. Yes, I want people to lie about like.
No. I don't care if they don't like it. Just fucking hit. Even if you don't, just do it. It might like, you know. I don't care if I knew anybody that had a podcast, I'd be hitting fucking like, even if it was like about fucking ass fucking and like who knows, right? What, even if it was about anything.
I was starting to sweat there.
Folks, I'm here to tell you, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you hate our podcast. You might hate one of us, 2 of us, 3 of us, all 4 of us. Hit like, because this is what we're up against here, folks. We're in the lawsuit of a lifetime against Colgate, the makers of Colgate beef lasagna. You're thinking, how the hell did they make this? They're a toothpaste company. They did. Colgate beef lasagna. This is who we're up against. If you can make beef lasagna in a cardboard box that you ship out to grocery stores, you have a lot of money. That's what the 4 of us are up against. Colgate beef lasagna. Give us a like. Give us some support. Get us some any sort of traction that we can fight these Goliaths in court. I mean, you're asking us to fight the makers of Colgate beef lasagna without your like? Are you disgusting? Are you sick freaks?
I'm not sure you. I think we're in shit because you showed that.
Oh, I'm not allowed to show the Colgate symbol, but you know what? Colgate, bite me. Thank you.
Like in the end, what are they going to get? What are they going to get from us, man? We're going to win this. They're going to be owing us some stuff, some money.
If they get anything out of me, it'll be that what looks like a small bed, but is actually a perfectly normal-sized human bed.
Is it?
Yes. I can't even sit on it. It's broken. Thank you.
But why does it look so small? It looks like
it's perception.
Crib. I get it.
Yes.
It looks like, but it honestly looks like it's right behind you.
No, because see, look, like that's my hands right in front of my face, right? And that's a foot. So, I don't know, triangulation math. God damn it, can we get to the mail? We got to get to the mail. It's time to get to the mail.
In my direct inbox.
You got mail. It's time to open up the bag. You got mail. It's time to open up the bag.
My direct inbox.
Let's see what we got, bro. I hope it's something good. The fans love it, though. Let's see what we got, bro. I wonder what they're thinking. What the fans saying, yo.
Time to open up the old mailbag, shall we? Huh? Okay. Let's do it then. So our first email into my direct inbox here says, "Shut up about hockey already. It sucks, especially your stupid Oilers." That's from Pat Scullins in Columbus.
Getting tired of this Pat guy.
You know, Pat, you're entitled to your opinion, but, we were just proud of our club for a minute. So if you wouldn't mind, kind sir.
And we're proud of them again. So fuck off.
And we sent them into a terrible tailspin. So let's move on. Let's not talk about that anymore. Next email here says, "Leafs rule. How can you say anything otherwise when they just won the Stanley Cup this year?" That's from Dolan in Edmonton. This email seems to be dated 1967. I just got this thing. Party on, Dole.
I'm amazed he's got internet there.
With fucking email on a pigeon.
I'm not sure how I get these, but I tell you.
How do you get that, Darce?
Don't know.
Yeah, Darce has been screening them, I think, so we're good. Next one here.
I think I missed a couple.
You better not have. This one says, "Joey Moss was the most intelligent person in the Oilers organization, and now he's passed on. Hey, is Oil City open again yet? Sniff, sniff." That's from Taylor H. in Buffalo. I can't really argue that Joey Moss was the most intelligent person in the Oilers, especially with some of the yahoos they still got rolling through there. But no, Taylor, I don't think Oil City is open. Does anyone else know? Right?
No.
Okay.
Thanks for reaching out, though, Taylor.
Yeah, thanks for the email, Tay. Moving right along. This one here's from Trevor in Blaine County again, Darce.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think he's emailed every time, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
anyway,
he has.
He says, "If I could edit anything, I would cut out Darcy from getting dressed. Hubba hubba."
Keep him coming, Trevor. It's flattering.
Definitely is a fan of yours, I tell you.
You should get Mullins to send him some nudes.
Oh.
Does Mullins have nudes of you?
Not of me.
Mullins says something, but not that. Darcy should start selling Trevor some nudes because maybe that could help pay for this podcast. We'd be
just get an OnlyFans account.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Next one here says, "You assholes think you're funny? Consider yourself sued. And obviously I have a top-notch lawyer. Keep laughing. You'll see how bold I can be." For starters, we will be seeking full compensation for the loss of that industrial-sized, industrial-strength roll of wipes. That's from Mac T in Edmonton. He doesn't sound too happy about that there thieving or anything else we've been saying.
Guys, he's a fucking criminal. He's fucking just trying to
whatever, you know,
throw us off a bit.
We're getting sued left and right here, so whatever. Fuck you, Mac T. Bring it on. What's another one? Who cares?
Add another to the pile.
We got one here. Can we please get a dickhole update from Adam in Edmonton? Okay. Yeah, actually, we can get a dickhole update. How are you guys doing on the dickhole underwear?
It was +7. +7 today.
Are you have you shopped around yet, or?
Nope. I'm waiting till June.
So you guys haven't even looked for them or anything?
Nope.
I'm starting to get a bit nervous. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, I'm getting a little nervous that you guys aren't going to get the dick holes, and I'm going to be the only one having the dick holes, the only one talking about the dick holes. The fans like the dick holes. They want to hear dick hole. It's just going to be me. So that's one stress. The second one, probably the biggest one here is, so you just said, Brett, it's what, +7 today?
Yes.
So as we climb, as we inch towards that, acceptable, what you would think would be acceptable dick hole weather, now the pressure's on. Now the heat's on, because what happens if it does warm up and they're still not fitting right? There's still dick out the hole. There's a lot of pressure over here. So much pressure that you guys aren't shopping for the dick holes, but I've been shopping for a Swedish-made penis enlarger. Pump.
Penis pump, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try one.
You could probably find that shit on Amazon.
But anyways,
I always wanted to know if it worked, man. I don't know.
I'm getting a little worried that I'm going to be the only dick hole, but
this just seems like a massive investment. You're buying the underwear, and then it's getting warmer, and you're getting worried, and now you're going to invest in the pump. This is a double investment. That's a big sort of leap to take.
Yeah. Also, what happens if the pump doesn't work? What's your next step? Fucking
see, these are not
steel.
all the.
Are you gonna put a steel rod in your fucking cock tube?
Well, okay, and these are all the things that are running through my mind. These shoulders can only take so much. Why should I bear the brunt of all this pressure? Both the dick holes.
Well, I mean, you came on here, episode 1 or 2, and you threw it at us.
Yeah.
And, we've been trying to cope. We're dealing, I mean, we don't know what type of weather it could be. It's +7 today. It could be -20 tomorrow. I mean,
last night it was -18, wasn't it?
Well, there you go.
Okay, so fine.
Or the night before, and then it was
here it is, though. Just
fucking
yes or
something.
no. Yes or no? Are you guys going to get a pair of dick holes or not?
Yeah, I'll get some, but not for a month.
What about you two?
I'm waiting for the time. I don't like online shopping. I mean, you're putting me on the spot here. I got to choose sizes online. I mean, then I'm
whatever. This is let's.
I wonder if Walmart has fucking dick holes.
No, they don't. Walmart.
You know what I could really use though? A good old pair of Rupert Grays.
I was there actually a little while ago. They only sell the blacks now, I think.
You fucking bought them out of existence.
Yeah.
Size 12. Size 12 Rupert G's, baby.
We had 15 pairs that one. Jorah's birthday or whatever it was.
Fucking size 12s.
I got one last mailbag here. And it says, for Darcy guy, Thank you for let email in through for me and cousin Larry. We not having cell phone because of broke. Cousin Larry, please pick up for me the milk Balky from New York. For fuck's sakes, Darcy. We talked about this last episode. You're screening these fucking emails. They're not supposed to be communicating through email on our podcast. And here we are again, the perfect strangers, chipping, chapping, back and forth. Yippity, yip, yip, yip. No, it's so fucking bush, man. This podcast, we look like fools out here.
I just kind of felt bad for them. They just
Maybe
want
we
to talk to each other.
Maybe we should.
Fucking it. That's your last chance. You one more slips by, Darcy, you are off screening duties. And I promise, I've had it.
Hawks really, really does despise the perfect strangers.
He hits them more than anything. Like literally anything.
I didn't mind them once upon a time, but as soon as they decided to use our fucking email for messaging, no, I'm not down. I'm fucking riled up now. Maybe actually, you know what? Good time to talk about. I don't know if everybody knows, but they should know. This last week, we had our Women's Day, right? I think this is Equality Month. I know this is Equality Month. Everyone should know this. Okay.
Yep.
And what I did, I really took this Women's Day this year to heart, and I did some real soul searching and thinking about some things. And what I did, I actually started a men's group, but it's a men's group for women, right? In favor of women. So we are called, I founded this new group. We are called Ladies First. Okay. We are a men's group for women. Okay. So what does that mean? What the hell is Ladies First? Well, it means exactly what the fuck you would think. What does it say? Ladies first. You see a fucking lady, you're tied with her, you're about to go into a building. You speed up, you open the door for her, you let her inside. You don't fucking rush ahead of her and slam the door in her face. Okay? That's just one small example of what we are all about. We're not for equality, we're for more on the women's side. Okay? Because you know what? We've got a lot of fucking making up to do. Right? These women, think of all the shit a woman has to go through, right? In their day-to-day. Okay? And it's been like this forever, since the beginning of time. Some of these women are fat, right? Some of them are stupid. Some of them are useless. Some of them can't drive. Some of them are weak. Some of them can't do a fucking thing. And how would you feel if you were like that? And, you know, oh, yeah, we're just going to be equal? No. Ladies first, men's group, we are a group of men. We are charging forth in favor of being more on the women's side. Because help the gals out. God damn it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
But nothing bad. I agree. I'm
and you know what? If you're a man and you're going, oh, I don't know about that. No, maybe just equal. No. Okay. We have making up to do. Serious making up to do. These are our mothers. They've got, guys, the things they deal with. It's time to show some balls and some courage. And all of us men, we band together, and it's ladies first.
How many people do you got signed up for this?
Well, right now we're just in the initial stages, so it's just one. But This was just a few days ago. Like this was Wednesday that I created this group. So, well, you can, if you email my direct inbox, I'll get you signed up. So if you don't sign up, if you think for 1 second that, oh no, I'm against this, I can't stand for that. Well, fuck you. You're a piece of shit, chauvinist man. You're trying to keep the women down, and that's bullshit. It's time to take action, proper action, more for them, not equal.
So if you don't side with your group, you're anti-woman.
Yeah, and it's a men's group. You can't be a woman to get in this group. This is a men's group for women,
but only men.
Did I explain? Do you guys have any questions?
No, I'm just thinking about it.
You're pretty upfront about all of it, so it's. I mean,
yeah,
trying to process it. It's only men.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so you guys are in, right?
I think.
How often does this group meet?
Every Friday.
Oh, Jesus fucking.
Well, we weren't planning on meeting. It's more about your actions. It's more about what you do in your day-to-day. It's not about meetings and charts and graphs. It's taking action properly. Being a man.
Is there any sort of reporting back in? Like, is there a shared SharePoint? You go to that, you upload an image of you doing, rushing up ahead of a woman to open the door for them. Like, is there any? How do you connect?
No, it's you just ladies first.
If there's like a puddle, there's like a puddle on the road.
Yeah.
And it's like cars coming really fast down the road.
Yeah.
And there's a puddle. Would you take off your jacket, throw it on the puddle, then push her?
No, you push her out of the way. Like
okay, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
You got it. You're definitely on the right track, Doug.
But you would put down your jacket.
You wouldn't.
So she wouldn't get her nice shoes all wet.
You wouldn't push her into the puddle. You would just push her onto the cement.
No, yeah, but not like there's a speeding bus coming.
Well,
down the street. No. So no, right?
Just push. No, you push her not towards the puddle, not into the puddle, just onto the cement.
Okay. That's what I thought. Makes sense.
But you're on the right track. I'm glad you're thinking about it. That's what
like a Boy Scout would do, right?
Fun game for our guests. Guess which two of us four are going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. Jesus.
Wait. It's man. Oh man, there's people are getting it all twisted up. I'm getting twisted. I'm thinking of something else. That man.
Look, don't get it twisted. It's two simple words. Ladies first.
Yeah. Well, what happens if an old lady she's like with a pickle jar, right? She's just like trying to get the pickles out. Would you help her get the top off? Would you?
I felt like what you're about to say is, would you take that pickle jar and smash it over the geriatric lady's head?
No, you would
No.
Oh, you would help her. You would absolutely help her. You would.
First, I would ask
Is
her.
it so hard? Is it such a hard concept?
First, I would ask her how she's going to gum this pickle. And I would be like, oh, well, you might need to get your teeth.
Oh, jeez.
Like what? It's like if you don't have your dentures in, then how are you gonna do it? Are you just gonna gum it? Right? Like fucking pickle.
I don't know much about pickles, but I do know lots about ladies, and I know enough to say put them first.
Well, that is the ladies' first men's group.
See, here's the thing too. I like this group because I like ladies. I think they should be first. Ladies don't really like me too much, or they like me for a bit and then they don't anymore. That's usually the thing. So, like, I still want to carry on, even though, they like me for a bit and then they don't like me anymore. I still want to put them first, right?
Thank you. Thank you,
Very
Doug.
noble of you. Very noble. Selfless.
Yes, that's what we do around here.
Well, maybe next week we'll hear from
A whole lot of angry women.
What? Why?
No, listen, we've already discussed it. The pickle, like, if okay, you could use the same thing with the men. If the men if there's a man gonna walk in the puddle, you would do the same thing, but if you threw your jacket on the puddle, he would throw you in front of the bus. So it's like, at least we're like putting our jacket down.
We are exactly. You know what?
If you like, we could do it. Like, I could go do that for, like, say Brett. Say I seen you walking across the street tomorrow, and I'm like, "Oh, watch out for that puddle, bro!" And I ran over and I like took off my jacket, put it there, and pushed you onto the cement when a speeding car was coming. Wouldn't you get mad, get up and punch me or push me into the bus? That's what most guys would do, because they would be like, it's just a fucking puddle, bro. And the pickle thing, that's more of a maybe older ladies might, but I'm just thinking of them too. If you have no teeth, you can't open a jar of pickles. Women, ladies first, right? Like, I'll step in there and help.
You step up, you make up for the gap, you actually put it on their side.
That's what a gentleman would do, right?
Yep. I think
now, like, okay, so like they say a lot of angry women are going to be mad at us.
I know what they're thinking. They're thinking that there's going to be a lot of ladies out there going, oh, I don't want more favors. I want just to be equal. And I get that. However,
they got their own coat they can put down in the puddle.
I get that. But I feel that over the years, it's been bad. We're to blame, us men. So
men are the worst, man.
Let's make up for some lost time here.
Like, one thing I'll even agree that men are the fucking worst, especially white men. They've just completely destroyed the earth, right?
Yes.
But here's another. Okay, what happens if a lady was on the railroad tracks and she was all tied up? Doesn't have to be. It could be any type of lady, right?
Obviously.
Well, yeah, you would run over.
No.
Cut the. Well, ladies first, right? So you'd cut, or you'd just take them off unless they were actually tied to the railroad tracks. But you would like cut it, right? Cut the rope and then take her off.
You would cut the rope. You would try not to cut her at all. You would just try to cut the rope.
Say a man. Never mind. The man would be the one like standing there that's tied to.
Men bad, ladies good.
Yeah. See, a man, like no girl is going to tie another girl up to the train tracks unless she maybe has the same sweater or jacket as her or something. Maybe.
Doug,
So anything.
Doug, we'll get into some scenarios after the show, you and I. But I think we've pretty much covered. You guys understand the concept, the group. Thank you for joining, everybody. And we're gonna do great things. Ladies first.
I'm certain we're going to be hearing about that in the mailbox next week. Whatever type of reaction, we will hear about it. So, yes. And they can reach out to you via email. So,
yes, my personal inbox.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. Well, that concludes the mailbaggers. Theo, do you have any thoughts on Michael Bolton?
He's good. Hey, Theo.
Yeah. See, Theo knows good music.
Oh, yeah.
He was very young, but he knows good music. Theo, can you see the screen? Yes? What's your favorite form of Michael Bolton? Do you like the wind Michael Bolton? Or do you like Grammy Michael Bolton? Or do you like short hair Michael Bolton?
Yeah.
Third one.
Which one? The third one? Oh. Well, good news, Douglas. One, Theo actually likes Michael Bolton. He told us that. Two, he actually prefers short hair Michael Bolton over long hair Michael Bolton.
Or wind Michael Bolton.
Yeah. Okay, future Doug. All right. Well, today's topic is the city of Edmonton. If you didn't know about it, this podcast is not about Elkhurst or Elkhart or Elkville or Earnhardt or Eavestrough, Saskatchewan. No, this podcast, ViLLe Speaks, is this stupid goddamn thing. It's about Edmonton, ViLLe, Edmonton, YEG, whatever the hell you want to call it. The four of us, born in the streets of Edmonton, risen up from the streets of Edmonton, specifically Clairview, Northeast Edmonton, where the saying is to shiv or be shivved. We've been molded. You were not. You were merely adopted it. I was born in it, raised in it. I don't know what the frig the quote is from Batman or whatever. I'm so sick and tired of superhero movies. It's disgusting. Anyways, Edmonton. That's today's topic. Edmonton. What the hell's up with Edmonton? If you're not from Edmonton, we're the northernmost city in North America with 1 million people. In the summer, we get up to plus 40. In the winter, we get down to minus 40. It's an 80-degree temperature swing in Celsius. You know how insane that is? It's nuts. We're 4 hours away from the mountains. We're in the middle of nowhere. We got a river running right through us. It's kind of polluted. You don't want to eat the fish out of it because they kind of look like the Simpsons fish. We've got farmers field all around us. We've got a great hockey team. We've punched above our weight class the entire goddamn time. It's ice half the year. It's green the other half the year. Sons of bitches, what do you think about Edmonton?
It's just what you said. It's a goddamn nightmare.
It's a hellhole, but cold. At least in a hellhole, it's usually hot.
It's one of the only places that can have a 20 to 40 degree temperature swing in a day.
Yes.
It is an absolute city of extremes, like extreme temperature swings and extreme emotional swings.
Yeah.
Extreme fans. Ooh.
Extreme trucks and extreme oil.
Yep.
And gas. It's like Canada's Texas.
Yes.
Right? Am I making sense there, or am I fumbling my
Small
words?
province of Alberta, I would agree with that.
Texas, Edmonton, Alberta, and Alberta is like Texas.
Yeah.
But Canadian, right?
Yeah, I agree.
4 out of every 5 people you will meet will be like oil, gas, and Muslims, and they're taking our jobs. 4 out of 5 Albertans, and
and drive a big ass truck and have never gone off road in them.
That was a survey that I like. That was a percentage from a survey I did of 4 people. So
Here's the thing with Edmonton. Alberta is really like Texas. I agree with that. Alberta is really like Texas. We've got our oil, we've got our farmers. It leans conservative. But Texas has very liberal cities. Houston is one of them, and I think it's like San Antonio. I think all their major cities lean liberal. Edmonton is the hub of government in Alberta. Edmonton tends to lean liberal. If you look at like Alberta's voting percentage, NDP, there's always like Alberta's blue and Edmonton is this orange little circle all the time. All the time. No matter what, Edmonton just leans a little left. It's a strange place, but there are still a lot of, we're the Oilers, the Edmonton Oilers. We love our oil.
And
we like the dinosaurs.
And the Edmonton football team.
Yes. Soon to be the Edmonton Elks.
That's an award winner.
Like, I get it, right? I get it, but I still call them Eskimos. Not even. It's just, man, fuck, man. I can't switch that all up.
It's like, no, I still call them.
I'm not gonna call. Why didn't they just be like green and golds, like the red and blacks?
What's wrong with the green and golds? Yeah,
very easy name fix. You just call them the Inuits. Easy.
Yes, we could do that. Speaking of how you were talking about, like Edmonton is like the hub, of government, right? Right. So here's a story for people. When I was young, I used to drop acid, and I used to go to the legislative grounds. That's like the big government fucking place.
Oh yeah.
And just spend hours there looking at these lights that, like, you go there at night, and it's called Purple City. If you stare at the motherfuckers, you look, and it's just downtown buildings right here, right? So it's just everything's purple. Every little light is purple. So that was always a fun trip back in the day.
You didn't have to be on
Purple
acid.
City. No, I know, but being on acid,
you're just that much better.
Oh, but it's just like I'm saying. We used to hang out at the government, this fucking place in like around the yard and shit, and just get fucked on acid. But another story. Do we got time for a story about the legislative?
Tell the story about the legislature.
Okay, so one time it was me, my friend BJ, my friend Jared, I think BJ's ex, I think her name was Nikki. We used to call her Tuscernini, but whatever. So we did a bunch of acid, and Jared had this car, right? Okay, is this the back?
Yeah, that's the car.
Okay, so this is the back of that big building, right? So go to the back there. Yeah, so around here. So what we did, we were driving, and we drove, I don't know how we did this, but we drove behind, and we're driving behind it, like through all the grass and stuff, and there's like on sidewalks, right? And we're all on acid. And there was all these like city workers, right, working. And we're all like, whoa. And they're looking at us like back in the day, if you would have had cell phones. I think that was like 97, 96 maybe. If you had had cell phones, man, we would have, whatever, right? That was a different time. So we're driving, and these guys, we see them, we're like, what the fuck? We're like tripping. We're like, we got to get the fuck out of here, man. Like, let's get the fuck Jared, pin it, right? And he's like, pinning it through the back there, and he hits like a sewer, and he goes, whoa, and we're like, you just hit the sewer, the city worker.
So he thought he killed the guy?
So, okay, he thought he killed this guy, right? We rip out, right? We rip out of there. We're like, oh, fuck. Driving down. We end up going down a one-way, and it's just, we're just tripping the fuck out, man. We're just, crazy times. And we end up getting away, right? But for like a week, he's tripping, like, because we kept it going, right? Where you killed that guy, Jared. You killed him, man. He's like, oh fuck, man, I'm toast, right? So then he'd be checking the paper like every day, right? Like, oh no, man, they must have got my license plate, right? We told him though, and he's like, oh, you fuckers, but we let that go for a bit. He actually thought he murdered someone, but still, like I'm saying, this is the hub of the government. We were driving behind there on LSD. Yeah, and we got away. We should have been caught big time.
It was a different time. You're right. There weren't as many cell phones, not nearly in the 90s.
But no, they didn't have cameras.
Anyone had a cell phone.
They didn't have cameras. They had cell phones, but there was no cell phone cameras, and couldn't just be like this. But yeah, that's Edmonton. That's a spot where I had a lot of fun, was there, and that's Edmonton, right? And I got plenty of stories about that place, but
the Ledge is one of the actually not bad spots in the city. It's actually pretty.
It has a nice outdoor bathtub for homeless people.
Wow.
And it's a huge toilet as well. I would assume it's being
for sure for the children. Oh fuck yeah, the ones that play.
If I was a bum, I would take shit. Like I would be like, okay, to one of my bum buddies, I'd be like, oh, you see how that sounded, right? Bum buddies. Yeah. Okay. So I would start basically where this camera is, right? And me and my bum buddy would be on beside each other. On your mark, get set, go. Shit in the pool, and then whatever floats, we'd have a race with the shit and bet cans.
I just want to say, on behalf of the city of Edmonton, I would like to thank you for not being homeless. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's what I
know. That's what you do. I'm not denying that's what you do. In fact, I believe
shit in your bathtub when you could go and shit in the river and do that and watch it down the river. Like, still,
what else they gotta do? They got right, man. I know, they gotta fucking get cans, bro.
Okay,
I know, but they gotta bathe somewhere.
Well,
I wouldn't bathe in the river.
Who are you kidding? Bathe,
but they do. I've seen them bathe in there. It's still water, and it's still
packets of mustard and napkins that are boogers on them.
Okay. Look, we're gonna get into the Edmonton situation. We've already got knee deep in the Edmonton situation via an LSD legislature road trip. Before we get knee deep into it, because I think I got to put this up front and then tear it down. I like the city. I like Edmonton. I love Edmonton. I think it's a cool city. I like that we punch above our weight class. We're the city that's in the middle of nowhere. We're up in the north. It's cold a lot. Yet despite that, we've had two of the greatest hockey players ever to come through here.
3,
We've won
4, 5, 6.
5, however many. We've won 5 Stanley Cups. We've won a lot of great cups. We've hosted crazy events and concerts and world tours. We have a world-class university. The people we've pumped out of the city are wild. Leslie Nielsen, Michael J. Fox. Tommy Chong. A lot of really cool people have come out of Edmonton. Edmonton produces cool stuff. You go walk in the River Valley. It's a cool thing. The thing people always ask me, especially people that know that I love Edmonton, like, why do you like this? I just want to go to Calgary. Let me tell you something, actually. I just came back from Canmore this weekend. I got a cucumber bath on my eyes, and I drove through Calgary. And let me tell you something. it's split up into quadrants. And the only good thing about Calgary is all the cool things around Calgary. Actually, being in Calgary sucks. Their skyline isn't as good as Edmonton. Our downtown's going to be better than Edmonton. Our arena's better. Our arena's better than Calgary. I don't like Calgary. I hate Calgary. Driving in it makes me sick. They say, "Oh, Calgary, love it or leave it." You know what? I'm loving leaving it. Edmonton, we punch above our weight class. We've got good people here. We've got funny people here. We've got a great river valley. I love it. I don't care what anyone else says, but proceed to tear it down.
But
I totally agree. Calgary, the only thing good about it is the mountains close to it. Edmonton is green. It's one of the greenest places like ever. Just a great fucking city. I like it, but it does have a lot of downfalls too.
When you punch above your weight class, you know what happens? You get knocked the fuck out. No, I was just going to say it stinks. It's ugly. It's fucking freezing all the time. It's, expensive.
It's all right.
You know how much it costs to buy a house in San Francisco?
Okay, maybe it's not expensive.
Or Toronto or BC, but hey,
not expensive.
I agree. BC's cool. Cali's cool. Vegas is like all these places are cool. They're probably sweet to live in, but it also imagine how many people. Yeah. I hate this shit, and we have 1 million people. I hate it.
People in traffic and
you know who else I like from Edmonton? There's that guy who sings that's from here. Katie Lang. That guy sings, right?
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Actually, Doug, that's a woman.
What?
Yeah, you got to put her first.
Katie Lang.
Yep.
Did she get her is she a trans?
Wow.
Got a chopped off her?
I don't know. But you bring up a good point though. If there's any question,
what?
You always err on the side of the woman and treat her like a woman.
Yeah, that's what I've been taught in life. I know.
Yeah.
What do you seriously?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. Is Edmonton cold? Yes. Januaries and February suck. But thanks to global warming, pretty much all the other months are good. Edmonton, yes, the river sometimes does smell. LA, I would never, I know I love that song by Randy Newman and Douglas. We should actually collaborate on an I Love Edmonton song or something. But LA sucked. I fucking hated LA. I've been to LA. I hated it. I thought it was the worst piece of shit ever.
See, when I went to LA long time ago, I only went once for like a week or something. That's the only thing I remember is like Disneyland, and then I remember the rest is like, what the fuck is this? It's nice, but it was just junk, man.
It's
just,
dirty as fuck.
Yeah, and now that was like those tent cities they got down there. Holy fuck, bro!
It's not even their tent cities. Like just some of their house. Like it's just ghetto and dirty and
if I
vacant lots and but now those are all probably all tents. But
if I ever went back there, I'd stay in that Cecil Hotel.
Yes, the Ghost Hotel. It sucks, man. Imagine wherever we're gonna go, I gotta times by 2. It's gonna take me 30 minutes to get there, and never mind, it'll take an hour or more.
Well,
imagine lane changing through 15 lanes and just being stuck in those jams, man.
You know
those
what
jams, bro?
You know what the worst part of LA was? So, okay, the one thing that I hate about show business, and I always hated it about drama class. That's why I never did drama class. Is because I don't like people that are so full of themselves, that are always putting on a show. I hate that. It's my fucking biggest pet peeve. Well, not my biggest, but it's one of them. You go to use a gas station in LA. What do they got on the gas pump? Literally a TV screen with E! Hollywood Tonight with Mario Lopez trying to give you the update on Hillary Duff. Fuck off. I couldn't have got out of LA.
Really?
Yes. Legitimately.
You know one thing that's cool about, I don't know if it's everywhere in the States, but I know LA, you can buy alcohol at stores, like
Everywhere.
7-Eleven and shit.
Yeah,
That's
alcohol everywhere, anywhere you go. Like, there's probably some states that are like, no. But yeah, it's just anywhere you go, you can buy liquor.
I wonder if they got
Or
Big
7-Eleven.
Bears there drinking. I know they got OE, but
When we were in
what if they got
Florida,
any Big
just-
Bear?
the last time before like COVID struck and shit, I went to 7-Eleven. Kesley was at the hotel. I went to Seb for a Slurpee. And yeah, this guy comes in off shift, just like still in his work shit, grabbed a big fucking like huge tall can, bought it, walked out, like cracked it before he even walked out and fucking just like, what, man, that shit would be the best in Canada. I don't even drink, but it would still be the best.
Yeah, you can't do that here.
What else do you guys like about Edmonton?
Nothing.
You don't like anything about it? See, if I didn't like somewhere, like I would have to go. I have to leave it. It sucks, but
what's so great about it?
Yeah,
nothing's great about it. But I've like every.
You want me to give you my
every
list?
Every place I go sucks too, man.
I'll give you my list because I've got a big fuck.
Well, like we were just talking about LA and shit. So now Edmonton, beautiful city. It's green, great, like River Valley bike system everywhere. You can go from you can pedal from Fort Saskatchewan to Devon, right through Edmonton, all the way. Great, all green, everything nice. Well, kind of nice river compared to some places.
Kind of nice.
And then you look at cities like around Los Angeles, but like Anaheim area and everything, where it's just houses, endless houses, and small little bits of field and stuff where there's a school and stuff. It's just houses and houses and people and houses and buildings and like businesses and shit. Ugly. And then even when there is big spaces like their hills and stuff, they're just brown and ugly. Like we play Grand Theft Auto a lot. All their beach and everything, great, nice. But the rest of it is just ugly, like desert and
concrete jungles.
If you live, where would you want to live, sir? BC?
Me?
Yeah.
Myself? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere nice and warm.
It's like Vancouver. Oh, it's nice and warm, but their winters suck. Their winters, it rains all the time. So yeah, like it's not minus 40, but it's just damp and cold and wet. I haven't heard one person from BC tell me their winters are great.
Yeah, well, if you're telling me you're going to see global warming has helped so much, maybe it has. Maybe it has. But January, February are ice cubes. The 4 months around both those months are just like starting to become cold, starting to become warm. So they're just a melting fucking slush mess.
See, I don't care. Like, it doesn't have to be plus 30 for me to love life every day.
For me,
it doesn't have to be. I think that would be. Okay, man, I like living in Edmonton also because we're like, there was ever like some sort of world invasion, whether it's aliens or if it's just the world, man. We could just, we can adapt. Look what we lived in, this cold, man. People would come here, they would die, man.
Well, hey,
even zombies would just freeze, and then when they freeze,
I was just gonna say,
you just fucking you just punch off their heads, man. That would probably hurt your fist, but you put like some make fucking
hockey gloves.
Well, just let them freeze and just walk up and lop their heads off or something.
Into like all this ice crystals of blood.
Really, the only thing we have to worry about is certain places flooding and shit like that. Or like in Edmonton, it's tornadoes, really.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened forever. It's going to happen sometime soon.
And it only happened like once.
Yeah. I assume we're going to get one again.
We get
don't forget toxic gas. Just drive to Yellowhead.
Again, you can go to California and they have smog levels. Los Angeles has smog alerts where you have to wear masks because of the smog. Or
you have them here too.
We had warning. You guys ever?
We've had them because of the fires.
On 118, on 118, LRT bridge beside Rexall.
Yeah.
How that smells under there.
Yeah.
So that smelled like that forever, right? Man, I had to work under there last year. It was just, but still, right? Like, what's up with that? Why is that? Like, imagine all the hockey players, all the famous people that come to the Coliseum. Do you think like limo drivers or whatever, whoever's driving them, like go around that, take the far way, like go down Yellowhead and come or behind like where River City vapes?
That smell. That smell.
You know what I mean? Come on. Yeah.
That smell is the reason that Chris Pronger left.
Wow.
Him and his wife were driving down Yellowhead one day, and his wife said to him, "Oh, Chris, woo, you're close." And he's like, "What? I didn't." And then huge fight. She thinks that he farted. He didn't fart. They're just driving, and that's how Edmonton smells. And he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
But Los Angeles is much better, where every street you drive down is just homeless people in tents shitting on the street, just smells, until you get into the nicer places like the Anaheim and everything, or around Disney or something. But man, like even going down like in the populated area, there's just shit everywhere. It's so dirty, garbage everywhere. Edmonton's a pretty fairly clean city. There's some slobs that just throw garbage and shit around.
When you right now, when there's the melt happening,
yeah,
if you like drive by somewhere that has the snow has been piled, you cannot tell me that's clean. There is fucking so much trash in there. People are absolute pigs in the city.
Yeah, but that's
it's not just Edmontonians. Like people in general are like go to like.
Okay, man. Humans are terrible.
Humans are awful.
Terrible
when you have
things, man.
Like, I don't even know how many LA and all that would have, but like California alone has 45 million people. I'm pretty happy in my million people city. And we're in the outskirts. We're Fort Saskatchewan, but it's like Assured Park. I'm pretty happy with this million people.
And
I've drove in California quite a few times. I've drove in Florida, and it's not fun.
And a lot of those people in California are like literally like they're very self-absorbed. Edmonton is
filled with assholes?
No, I don't think so. I like it.
There are some assholes.
But I think you can get that anywhere.
Yeah, that's everywhere. That's everywhere.
While you're talking, how about someone bring up that I seen this website that I seen one day. Was it called Edmonton Sucks?
Oh yeah, so I know one of the co-founders of this website is a good friend of mine, and I tried to invite him on the show, but it was a little too late for him.
What's the website?
Edmonton Sucks. Shithole, fucking shithole we live in.
Who would like to read that?
Brett's probably best.
Well, I'll read it, but I'll tell you, I will.
You don't agree with it?
I will deny it.
Just see what it says.
I just wanted to remind everyone what an effing shithole we live in. Dark, cold, boring death. You are all wasting your lives living here. The earth is a big, giant place. A lot of it is warm and overflowing with culture. Beaches actually exist. Did you know that? A place where trees stay alive for the whole year. A place where nature is preserved and encouraged to grow. Then there's the small, dirty, ice, flat, gross, sloppy construction site of a town that has a crew of 1,000 fat effing pigs working 24/7, increasing the putrid stench of cigarette butts and diesel trucks. You are dying here, not slowly, but quickly, dumb fuck.
How can you argue with that? It's spot on.
Well, I am going to argue with that. Here's
welcome to Tinder Street Town.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Fucking Tin City, bro.
Here's what I'm going to say. Look, when you get too much of one thing, you tend to take, you don't appreciate it, right? I love a good chocolate bar. I love chocolate. I love Aero bars or caramel bars, Kit Kat bars, Bounty bars. But if I ate it all year round 12 months a year, just eating the chocolate, look, there's a Bounty Bar right there. And I eat that every single day. You know what? Eventually I get tired of coconuts, and eventually I'd say, you know what? Maybe I got diabetes. You shouldn't have everything all at once, available all at once. That's why, LA is so great. You get great weather 12 months out of the year. Well, you know what else you get in LA? You get assholes. You get traffic 24/7. You get a whole bunch of murders. You get an ugly downtown. And you know what? By the end of it, you get a bunch of snobby people, and you're going, you know what? I don't need this 12 months of the year. Edmonton, it might be cold in January and February. It might get dark at 4 o'clock in January and February. It might get minus 40, and your car might freeze up, and you're sitting there idling in your car to warm it up. Maybe it's not affordable, but you know what? It makes April, May, June, July, August, September, even now October, it makes it feel so much more good, so much more grandeur. It makes it feel special. It makes it feel rich. The best thing in life, like I said last week when I said I wouldn't edit anything out of my life, it's because when you suffer a little bit, the good moments feel 10 times better. And when you suffer a little bit in Edmonton in January, it makes the Julys of Edmonton even better. So yes, you write a post on January 5th and you say, I hate it because it's so cold. But you know what? June 5th is coming just around the corner, and it's going to be so damn warm, and you're going to be sitting there on your balcony, and the sun's going to be beating in until 11 o'clock at night, and you're going to be barbecuing some hot dogs, and you're going to be listening to some tunes, and maybe you'll be listening to some Oilers playoff hockey, and you're going to go, you know what? I really like living in Edmonton. I'm so glad I was born here. Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
That's if it doesn't snow.
I like snow. Do you not understand? I was skiing last week.
Yo, the funny thing about I've read a lot of comments on edmontonsucks.com or whatever it is. And I enjoy it. It's like I said, funny shit's funny to me. But these guys think that we're the only, we invented construction. I think that's what they think. They think that we invented it, like Edmonton invented fucking construction. I think that's their main thing, and pollution they care about. I think these guys actually want to and I don't blame them. You want to go and get a little shack like Ted Kaczynski out by a fucking pond or some shit. Go do that shit up. Why? No one's stopping you. That's what I don't fucking get. Go. If I was like, this fucking place is the fucking worst. I hate it. You think I'd be here? For a bit, I was like, man, fucking Edmonton's kind of shitty. I just moved a little bit. If I really hated something really bad, man, I'm out of here. I will get a fucking shack like the Unabomber, right? We didn't invent construction, and you think it's bad here? Try going to Vancouver. Man, I work road construction. I never work here, man. It's everywhere else. So
imagine Calgary was the worst for road construction.
Oh, buddy, it's brutal.
It was fucking terrible.
But I'm saying
go drive to Calgary and see it.
See, I get it, and I think shit's funny. But if you hate something so much, get the fuck out. That's I don't know why job. It's like torture. Yeah, if you're just I can't do it. Why?
I don't know, Doug. But
I don't understand. This is what I would do. I would get the fuck out.
Trying.
No, you're not.
No.
You're not, man. You're not. Because it's very easy. It's very easy to go and sell everything and go get a little shack by a pond.
What I am doing, though, is
serial killers.
Torturing myself, just like Brett says, so that someday maybe I'll have a really good day.
Here. But there's lots of stuff that's cool here. I don't even care, because if I lived anywhere else, I'd be doing the same shit I'm doing now, doing podcasts and fucking making music and chilling with kids and just COVID blues, right?
Yeah, this place is good.
Edmonton is cool. I like it because it's I can see pretty much any major concert that goes on tour in North America. I get to see a major hockey team. Connor McDavid, best player in the world. Leon Draisaitl, second best player in the world. I use the River Valley. I'm not exaggerating. I'm in that River Valley every single day. That is a hell of a piece of nature. And then if I got a farm 15 minutes away where my horse is at, you can go to Elk Island Park 20 minutes away. You're seeing buffalo, for God's sakes. Go fishing. Like, you can go fishing in the river. Actually, the fishing is great in the river. I never feel like, everyone's always like, oh, Edmonton's so boring. I feel like you would say that in any city then. Because I don't know, like, I always have something to do in this city. I don't know what when people say I don't have anything to do, I don't understand, because you've got nature and you've got city. So what?
I don't think it's boring. I think that you're right. There's lots of events and stuff, but I just think it's ugly and it stinks. From 8 to 10 months of the year, it is disgusting, brown, gross melt. You're showing me a picture of like July 1st. Whoa.
That's January.
Oh, that's January. Ooh.
That's January, and that's probably March.
And that's
the last 2 winters here have
only
been
place
quite
that it's-
fucking good though.
The only place that it's
Like a
melt
month.
brown gross is on the roads. When you go to the parks
and there's
the
road-
river valley and stuff, there's no brown gross melt. It's just nice white snow or bare paths.
you're talking, so like outskirts of city or whatever,
No,
The
any
city
park,
itself-
Orlac Park, fucking anything, Rundle, anywhere. School
Rundle-
parks.
Rundle was
Field.
built on a garbage dump, remember?
It's still
Look
nice.
at us. It's ingenious to build it and turn a garbage dump into a beautiful park.
And you gotta admit, okay, man, growing up, like even now, you gotta admit, Rundle's pretty fucking sweet besides that road going down.
I'm pretty sure some of San Francisco is built on a garbage dump.
Most of it is.
France is built on skeletons and ghosts.
I'm pretty sure like some of New York was too.
Yeah, oh for sure. Man, New York is like
Built on top of
it's
people.
like that's all it is, right? It's just like leveled up. There's just like layers of dead people under each fucking century.
I don't know, like
Fucking
where else would you like?
dirt.
Where else would you want to go?
Are we talking about everywhere else or are we talking about Edmonton? I'm saying you guys don't have enough arguments here. It sucks.
The only argument you have is it's suck, it's dirty, and it's like construction, but that's everywhere else. Where everywhere else you want to go, if you want to go outdoor and do stuff, walk, hikes, and everything, it's all nice. It's green. It's fucking animals around. You'll see coyotes and deer and
just
moose.
it's the weather for him. It's just the weather. That's it.
You know, one of my favorite
And
favorite day ever is winter, when you're inside and you look outside, even when you go outside, but you look outside and it's a crystal blue sky, snow on the ground, even if you don't see the snow, but it looks like it's plus 30 out because it's so clear and bright. And then you go outside and it's minus 30. It's my favorite day. Even 20, minus 20 something, when it's cold and just nice, clear.
It looks cool.
That
but
hoar
it's
frost.
It's not. See, I
love
that's where I would disagree, because that shit sucks.
You can
Looks
dress for it.
It
When
looks
it's plus
cool, but I
30,
can just
it
do
sucks.
this and look at a picture. And be like,
The plus
"Whoa."
30, especially if you work outdoors. Now you got to wear coveralls and hard hats and safety shit in plus 20 and 30. It sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm starting to get a little warm. Take my coat off, open it up, whatever, put some insulated coveralls on.
And then your balls are just like sweating.
No, that's why you take something off.
Just
a
sloppy mess.
Yeah, summer. Well, summer.
It's terrible. You can't do shit. You can't take anything off in safety stuff.
You just spray yourself with water. You're fine.
3 years ago, Candace and I did a drive, and we did Kelowna, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland. We went all the way down, San Francisco, LA, Vegas, and then all the way up through Idaho and Montana. Kelowna was nice. but it's too small. It's not in Edmonton. It's a small. In the end, it's a nice vacation town. Vancouver, I've always liked, but Vancouver, it's like, okay, I want a 1-bedroom apartment. It's going to cost me $1 million. It's insane. Seattle, I love Seattle. I'll say that. I actually love Seattle, but there's a lot of hippies there now. There's all these protests all the time. The winter sucks. And Seattle was also built on a garbage dump. It kind of stinks. Portland, worst place I've ever been to in my life. Fuck you, Portland. San Francisco, very cool, but very touristy. Very touristy. Yeah, you get an ocean, but it's all these tourists all the time. Do you really want to live next to tourists all the time? No. LA, like I said, awful. Vegas, I would actually live there because you could just retire, gamble on sports all day. Fantastic.
Tourists. All
Yes,
the time.
but also tourists there. Salt Lake City, Mormons. Ugh. Idaho. What the hell's in Idaho? Montana, I liked because I'm kind of a farmer. Like I like the rural, but it's no Edmonton. So just my tour of the West Coast, like Seattle's probably the only place I would live over Edmonton. If you
Utah is
give me a job
pretty
in
cool
Seattle.
because they have like everything Utah. You can go
Yeah,
to the
but
desert,
Mormons,
everything. Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
you know.
But like if
I
you're
mean,
picking like stuff, but
So you're choosing the city with the big mall.
Seattle, look, I like Spokane. Spokane was really cool. I like cities with sports. I like cities with a good sports scene, and I like cities that like art. And you know what? Edmonton, we don't give it a lot of credit for that, but Edmonton has a lot of artists that come out of this city. Look at all you guys, artists. I don't care. Edmonton has artists. There's a lot of really because to live here, you got to be, you know what I mean? Like you get a different perspective. Yes, and I respect that.
Well, when
there's a
you're-
reason why Edmonton produces interesting people.
if you don't like winter, then you're trapped inside for 8 months. So you got to be something. You got to,
But
Keep your
the
mind
way
busy
things
somehow.
have been going the last year, kind of been trapped inside regardless around the world. It's kind of fucked up. Still, if you think about it, kind of weird.
Mhm. And it's time for a Mullins moment. Mulling it over. 40 seconds to Mullins, whatever we want to call this segment.
Matthew Mullins from Columbus. Mullins is our best friend.
He's deadly.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's deadly.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's deadly.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's deadly.
Good night and go fuck yourself. No, you jackass!
He's deadly.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's deadly.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's deadly.
Ah, son of a bitch!
He's deadly.
Good night and go fuck yourself. No, you jackass!
Matthew Mullins, how's it going tonight?
I have no idea. I'm tired.
I think that's the fastest he's lost his mind.
Well, what do you expect? It's 2:30 in the morning where I'm at. I'm tired.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm not sleep, man.
Mullins is, it's true. As we just discussed, we're all from Edmonton, but Mullins is from Columbus, which means he's on Eastern Standard Time, EST. One of the things, look at these lights are turning on and off. It's incredible here. One of the things that Mullins has talked about, though, because he's in EST, Eastern Standard Time, it makes it hard to film this podcast. Like he said, it's 12:30 where we're at. It's 2:30 where he's at. He's tired. So as a part of a silent protest, I guess you could call it, Mullins has actually converted to Chinese time. He's on the Chinese time zone. So Mullins, we would like to congratulate.
China's a whole different time zone than me.
Yes, they only have one time zone in all of China, despite how wide it is, and Mullins has converted to that so that he's on more of
No, I did not.
Yes, he did. Does anyone have any thoughts on Mullins?
I messaged you about 12:13 my time, and you said recording just about start, and then here we are, 2:30 in the fucking morning.
But we were talking about Edmonton. You don't know anything about Edmonton. We were talking for like an hour.
You
about
don't
that.
want to know, Mullins. It's a shithole.
Yeah, Canada is. You got that right.
Wow. Racist.
No, I'll just say, I mean, the truth to be told, the United States isn't that much better.
It's terrible compared to Canada. We have free healthcare. We have everything. We have a good government.
But that's the thing. You guys pay higher taxes, though.
Barely.
Barely.
Some states like Florida.
Yeah, but
United States would
I heard
taxes.
if you break your arm, you have insurance, which tons of Americans don't.
My thing
It's
is,
like
hospital bills.
40 fucking grand. If
Yeah.
you have babies, it's like $1 million.
Like $20,000,
That's insane.
$50,000. Fucking stupid.
It's free. It's free for us.
Yeah, I thought here in the U.S., like I just don't get it.
I
Like,
could chop off both my arms right now and slice my throat, and the fucking ambulance would come and try to save me for free.
No, you might have to pay for the ambulance.
Yeah, maybe, but probably not.
But that's still only like $500 or $700 or whatever compared to $20,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical.
yeah, it's fucking stupid, man.
Do you guys, when you get like
Mullins,
do you do
could come to
Americans?
Canada and hurt yourself, and you would get free health care.
You could chop off your dick and put it in Dole's mailbox, and you could try to get it reattached if you wanted to, but most
I don't
people
know how
don't
good it
after
would
they
work
drop it in the box.
I wouldn't chop my dick off for anything.
Do Americans, here's the question, do Americans who are in debt with the medical bills and whatnot, do they have to like do special favors like reach arounds, take it up the butt,
No.
whatever you're into, eat, suck some
Like,
toes.
from my
You guys
understanding,
gotta
like,
do. You
like,
guys have to
if
do
you,
that.
If you don't make a whole lot of money, for my understanding, you can have your medical debt waived. I don't, to a certain extent.
It's
You
called
can have
bankruptcy.
you can have your debt cleared. Because I was in debt once for medical bills, which I shouldn't have because I was unaware that my medical insurance expired.
Mullins, was that when you got the face swap with John Travolta?
No.
Oh.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Shit.
Let me finish. You know, like I didn't even know my medical insurance expired. Apparently I went out without medical insurance for like 5 years. Never knew it expired because I got no notification, no nothing.
5 years.
Stating that my medical insurance was up for renewal. So I went to the ER because I was forced to because they thought I had pink eye, which I didn't. My eye was just a little reddish.
You're irritated because
You're smoking that weed.
feces.
No, I don't
feces
smoke that
got into
garbage.
it.
Mullins was drinking.
I don't know, like my eye was just a little red, and for like a week or two, my grandparents, my uncle thought I had pink eye, so they said you better go to the damn doctors and get it checked out. I said, fine. I went to the ER. I went to the damn hospital, had it checked out for in and out. I was only there for like 20 minutes. I got a fucking bill I got like two different bills, $20,000, and I think the other one was like $50,000.
See, what do you see?
Eventually, luckily, it was eventually. Apparently, I don't owe anything now. Like I don't know what happened. It just shortly after that, after I was told that my insurance expired, like I quickly, like months later, I finally got my insurance back on track. Okay.
Who did you give a reach around to?
For what?
Like,
Oh,
all of a sudden, okay, was there a day where someone like knocked on your door and you answered and it was just somebody, some dude or something? And was he like, oh, can you give me
No.
a reach around?
Like, I just got a bill in the mail. Like, they just sent me a bill in the mail, and I didn't touch it. Like, I just ignored it for like, oh God, I don't know how long I ignored it for. Like,
So they sent you a mail and you ignored it, or you did something?
I ignored it because, like I said, this is a mistake, you know. Like, but in the end, everything worked out. I don't owe shit. Thankfully, that was almost like $70,000.
That's fucking insane for a checkup on pink eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love Americans.
Yeah, just for a simple checkup. Like, I went in and out. It was like an outpatient, like, you know.
Mullins, I could rub shit in my eyes right now. Just like rub it just in my eyes.
Yeah, I
and my eyes
know.
would be pinker than a pussy. And
Yeah, I know, right?
I could walk into a fucking Medi Center and they would fix that for me for free. Maybe $10 for some meds, or would it be probably antibiotics?
Nothing. They said they gave me a basic eye exam. They came in, looked at my eye, and I said, "Oh, I'm here for pink eye to see if I have pink eye." Nurse came in, checked my eyes, gave me, like, you know how they do an eye exam, check your eye where you have to cover your eye and look at the eye chart. After that, I was pretty much done, and that took like 20 minutes. I was in and out.
Was that
in the waiting room? That was it.
70,000.
Insane.
That's what I can remember. It might have been more, but I'm pretty sure it was close to $70,000 to $100,000.
Did they scope you, perchance? Maybe that's why it costed so much.
No, it was just a basic in and out outpatient checkout.
Just not understanding this correctly. So
last time you go to the doctor?
Yeah. So who did you give a reach around to get that? See, that's where I'm still stuck.
I don't understand it either. Like
you had $70,000 in debt, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So you must have been, or whatever, right?
Only thing I know, like me and my, home medical staff, like we called it, but my people called it and called the number, and apparently I don't owe no bill. Maybe it's just because they found out I was on disability, and they knew there was no way that I could pay that much money, and they just went ahead and waived it.
Now I know.
Doesn't that sound criminal? That sounds a little criminal to me.
Yeah, it starts making sense why everyone's always fucking pissed off there and rioting and killing everyone, because it sounds pretty shitty to me, man.
It's like,
I don't know.
It's like, okay, we know there's no way you could pay $70,000. We'll cancel your debt. Oh, you could pay $70,000. It's going to bankrupt you, but you could. Okay, we're going to keep that in place. What a wonderful country. This is what I love about Americans. They'll argue and be like, no, Canada's a shithole. It's not. It's just a bit worse than the States. And it's like,
actually, Canada's probably a little bit better. Other than everything's a little bit higher in Canada than it is in the U.S.
I don't think so. You just highlighted a spot where it's like you almost had to pay $70,000 for a pink eye exam. I go to the Medi Center. Some guy checks me out at 10 in the morning. Is like, here, go buy some pills.
That's because I went to the hospital.
Same, doesn't matter. We go to hospital.
I didn't go to a little medical clinic. I went straight to the hospital.
Doug could literally drive his ass to like the emergency room right now and just be like, rah, 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 and get an exam, and they'd be like, you're normal, you're just fucked tonight, and it wouldn't cost him a dime.
No.
For fun, when we could do like when we meet to do our first podcast together, just for fun, we could all beat the living shit out of each other and then all visit the emergency room together, and it would all be free, and we'd all be together, and we get to film it. But yeah, we'd all get free. We'd be fixed for free.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
So I hope they have some hot female nurses.
Wow.
I can say, hello, nurse.
And and you'll
If you get the reference, I'm referencing the a line directly from Animaniacs.
yeah. In Canada,
I need to finish watching that too.
check this out, Mullins. In Canada, the nurses give you sponge baths, and that's also for free.
Yeah, but they're all ugly.
No, they're not.
Even
Even if they are, man, you're getting a sponge bath, bro, for free. Who gives a fuck, man? Like, sponge my balls, man. I don't know. Sponge my asshole. Like, it's. I don't know. It seems like a good deal to me. I don't know. I see. For one, I never go to the doctors or whatever. But if I had, and even if she was like had 4 eyes and like 6 boobs or something, right? She'd be like, "Can I sponge bath you?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Wouldn't you guys? To sponge bath. How many? See, no, Mullins would for sure. I know you guys would. Don't fucking lie, you fucks. Hey, man, I'm pretty sure if our wives went and there was like a male nurse, even if he had 3 eyes and was like a freak and was like, because I haven't had a sponge bath ever. So it'd be like, sponge my asshole.
Yeah, but I don't think you guys would like that too much. You guys would probably turn into the Incredible Hulk and try to whoop his ass.
Well, if I could, like, if after I could get a sponge bath, and
it's fine.
It'd be good. There's no sexual. It's like, it's what? I like sponge my asshole, sponge whatever, right? Like, that would be pretty cool. It doesn't have to be sexual.
Mullins, can you call up the Columbus ER and ask them how much it'll cost for a sponge bath?
They won't. They'll just laugh at me and hang up.
You call them right now and let's do it. Just ask them, like, excuse me, I'm talking to a Canadian here and they get free sponge baths. How much would a sponge bath be there?
I'll call them up right now.
Mullins,
hospital.
Is that a Pepsi Cola tonight?
Yeah.
Ah.
You're going to actually call him?
Yeah, of course.
Lawsuit, did you?
Of course he's going to call him. Oh, dear God.
Do we got to be muted? That's probably good, eh?
No, it's fine. Just,
Only this clown. Only this
Try
guy.
not to laugh so hard.
Yeah, try not to laugh, and we'll show that.
This hospital. That blew my.
Hi. Sorry, this is the Columbus Community Hospital.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I have a very strange question, but it's I think it's a legitimate question.
Okay.
I don't have health insurance, so I'm looking for like a quote price on some sort of care. Do you do that?
Not that I'm aware of.
You don't do any sort of quotes?
No.
What if I needed like a sponge bath? I'm a dirty, disgusting freak, and I needed a sponge bath. Oh, hung up.
She was into it they probably don't, because the sponge bath is probably like, good Christ, it's probably like fucking $400,000. He went in there to get a pink eye checked out.
That right off the bat because
we might have to play it off like
only their billing department knows that.
Like we want a nurse like for in-home care or something. So we just want to know like breakdown, like how much will the sponge baths cost, or how much to bathe my uncle or whatever.
Dingling.
Here, I'm gonna call one more.
Should ask them how much would it cost to have your dingling fixed.
Riverside, this is Jake. How may I direct your call?
Hi, Jake. I'm looking to get a quote on some medical care. Do you know where I could get where it would be best directed?
That would be the cost of procedure department. I'm not sure they have anybody in at this hour, but I can give you their number.
This is kind of a desperate situation. I'm looking for a rough ballpark. I don't need maybe an official in that. Do you know where I could get a rough ballpark for a cost of procedure at this hour?
I'm not certain. I mean, yeah, it says they're 8 to 6.
How familiar are you? Your name was Jake, correct?
Yeah, I'm just the operator, telephone operator. I'm not too familiar. I mean, our best bet, like right now, would probably get you down to the ER. I'll see if I can get you somebody. Okay?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Crazy bastard.
Riverside BP, how may I help you?
Hi. Sorry, who is this?
The ER?
Yes, ER. Thank you. I just spoke to a nice gentleman. His name was Jake. Look, he was gonna transfer me to the cost of procedure area. They're not open right now, but this is kind of urgent. I'm looking for a very rough ballpark of how much it'll cost without health insurance to get a certain procedure done.
That's not something we deal with here in the ER. I can transfer you back to the operator and see what they have to say.
Well,
but it's not something.
Oh, Jake sent me here. I don't want to say Jake is a liar, but perhaps he is. I don't know. Whatever you think is best.
I can send you back because honestly, I have no answer for you. I apologize.
Okay. Well, yeah, send me back.
Operator, how may I help you?
Hi, is this Jake again? Is this Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sent me back. The ER apparently had no answer. Well, they didn't even ask. Actually.
Dumbass.
So I guess we're kind of just looking for an answer together now.
I mean, the only thing, there's the billing department, but they don't come in until 7 a.m. And then the cost of procedure folks, but they're not in until 8.
Well, Jake, I've got two comments, I guess. One, this billing and cost of procedure people, I mean, who are they not to work 24 hours a day? You guys are here. Jake, you're on the phone 24 hours a day. The ER, they're in there 24 hours a day. Who do these billing people think they are to not be in there 24 hours a day?
Oh, my God.
They work with insurance companies. I would imagine it's probably, with the insurance they're not, they're claims folks. I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, I'm just trying to, I'm not sure.
It's not your fault, Jake. I don't want my rage to be taken out on you because, well, it's not even rage. It's a gentle discomfort, I guess I would call it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But insurance companies, right? I mean, we're all tired of them. I recently defaulted on my car insurance. I'm tired of paying it, and I told a police officer that pulled me over last week. I said, you know what? If there's one thing I'd rather have than car insurance, it's diabetes. And he laughed, but he still gave me the ticket. He still gave me a speeding ticket. That's fine. Well, look, I'll tell you the truth here, Jake. I'm in desperate need of a sponge bath. And that's kind of what I was looking for to get a quote on. I don't have health insurance. I'm a dirty, disgusting freak, and I need a sponge bath. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do there. I was hoping, obviously, you can't. Billing department isn't open, and the ER, they didn't even take my question. So I guess I don't know if you could triage me to the, what is my best solution there?
The only thing I could think is there's a home care department because they go out and to patients' homes, whether or not they do sponge baths. I'm not sure. Just thinking, just spitballing. Maybe they may know. I'll see if I can get you over to home care. Okay.
Yeah, get me over to home care. I'll appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you for calling Ohio Health at Home. To better assist you in routing your call to the appropriate department, we have recently updated our phone prompt option.
Collins, mute yourself.
If you're calling about hospice services, please press 1. If you are calling about nursing or therapy services, please press 2. If you're calling about medical equipment, oxygen, or repairing your CPAP or BiPAP,
Ohio Health Hospice. This is Alex.
Oh boy. I've definitely walked down the wrong avenue.
I'm sorry.
You said this was the hospice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you
no.
looking-
Oh no. I've walked down the wrong avenue here. And I apologize because that's not where I should be.
Are you looking for somebody?
I needed a quote on how much a sponge bath would be if I don't have health insurance, and I just don't think the hospice is where I need to be for that.
And who is this calling?
Well, this is Steve.
Steve.
Yeah. Well, it's not like, this isn't like this is just a random question. It's not random. It's a desired question, but it's not this isn't code. Oh, they hung up.
That was a good go, man.
I don't know if you're going to get it.
Started laughing.
Mullins, you should know this.
Holy fuck. That was great.
So that tells you everything. You can get you call Ohio for a sponge bath.
We could probably guess, though. If a pink eye exam was $70,000, then a sponge bath has to be at least $250K.
I was thinking 400, depending on whoever's doing the sponge bath. Maybe they all have if someone's been doing sponge baths for 5 years, and someone is just starting out, I don't think they'd get paid the same scale. I don't know.
Part of me wonders if there's not something nefarious going on in Ohio. That lady asked me who is calling. Like there was some sort of they're doing some sort of underground sponge bath ring. What would it matter who's calling?
Yeah, that's what I found that weird as well.
And what would she have said if you said Matt?
I should have said I'm Matthew Mullins.
I would have killed you, by the way. I would come to Canada and knock you out.
But what we were doing here, the whole purpose of this was to try to find somewhere where he could get a sponge bath, basically, right? Because we know we get him for free here. This fucking guy's got to pay $400,000 for one.
That's not even including the stay in the hospital. That's just the bath.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would hate to actually see what a stay in the hospital would cost. Oh dear God.
Oh man.
Look,
oh Lord, I can already imagine.
He'd be like,
I didn't pay a cent.
He'd be given reach arounds and washing dishes at the same time to try to work that off, right?
No, I would just be selling you clowns.
What? Hey man. Free sponge baths here, bro.
Every time I call Ohio, whether it's to call Mullins while he's at the Golden Corral or KFC or that.
Yeah, that's why I don't tell you where I'm going now.
You called KFC one time when he was there?
Yeah. And he called no.
All the way. Jesus fucking call. What'd you say?
He sent a receipt. He always does this thing if he's going out for lunch somewhere. This is before the pandemic. He sends a receipt of where he's eating. It's I just ordered Golden Corral or KFC or there's Mongolian Grill. There's 3 times I've called. And so he sends a receipt and I'm like, okay, he's at Golden Corral. So I look up the nearest one in Columbus and I call it. And I'll be like, they'll pick it up and I'll be like, hey, I think my buddy's there and I've been trying to get a hold of him and I think his phone's dead. I got an urgent message. And I'll be like, okay, well, what's your buddy's name? We can page him. And I'll be like, it's Matthew Mullins. And I'll be like, okay, well, what do you want? What do you want to tell him? I'll be like, well, tell him he's got to take his uncle to the orthodontist. So they fucking call him or Mullins, what happened to you at KFC? You were with your auntie.
No, that was Mongolian when you did that.
And what happened there?
They almost kicked me out because he pranked them. I was trying to enjoy my lunch, so after that, I was so embarrassed I had to fucking leave. I couldn't enjoy my fucking meal after that.
Why did they say it? What did he say to them? What did you say?
The manager was being a dickhead that day. Apparently the manager wasn't getting none. Because he was yelling at the employees too. Calling them, cursing them out too.
Maybe times are tough for him and he had to pay for a sponge bath. And now he's fucking...
He was yelling at the employees
drowning in debt.
For what I said to him?
Yeah, they were all... One employee said, I'm about to whoop this guy's ass.
Whose ass?
One employee literally wanted to whip his ass because of it.
So apparently I caused it quite the disturbance at the Mongolian grill.
Just because
apparently they said he was in a bad mood all day.
Were they Mongolian?
Apparently it was his day off and he was forced to come in on his day off.
Were they Mongolian?
Because a couple other managers called off.
Right.
I have no idea.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Mullins, were they Mongolians?
No.
They had to have been. It was the Mongolian grill.
Oh my God.
Mullins, where were you with your aunt? Was that KFC?
Yeah.
And what happened there?
You called for Dr. Mullins or some shit like that. As Dr. Mullins, I just ignored it. There's nobody here by that name. And everybody, but the thing is, everybody in KFC was laughing their asses off.
And did you eat that time, or you were disgusted, lost your appetite again?
No, I already ate. I was already done eating, man.
Did you puke?
Right after that, I left. because it was raining that day. So we had to wait for the rain to slow down before we go to the bus stop.
Oh man, Columbus is. They have my number, and their Columbus is done with me. The hospitals, the restaurants. Trust me, they're done with me.
Yeah, they're going to call the balls on your ass.
They very well might. I fear Columbus. I will never go.
You should. They're vengeful people.
Clearly. Oh, Columbus people are vengeful people, says the man who threatens murder on this podcast every single week.
And it's such a weird place that Mongolians, like there's no Mongolians. Like what, white people own the Mongolian fucking
I have
grill?
no idea who owns the barbecue grill.
Well,
that just seems weird to me.
Seems racist. Columbus is a very strange place.
It's time to do this. Darcy Review.
Random shit.
It's time to do this. Darcy Review.
Random shit. Random shit.
Darcy Review.
Random shit.
Hey, welcome to Darcy Reviews Random Shit. Today we've been talking about Edmonton. Review some stuff about Edmonton. The Talas Balls. I drove by them the other day. I was going to Southgate Mall, which is kind of a shithole. Lots of crackheads and meth heads just wandering around that sweet mall. But yeah, on the way, got to experience those sweet Talas Balls. What a big waste of money. Can't access them. You just rip right by them in your cars. Said unless you're walking the paths or bike paths or something, then you can go up to them. But they're just $1 million silver balls stacked on top of each other that are actually really ugly. Huge waste of money. I don't get them. No point to them. What do you guys think of them?
You can barely see them.
They're dumb. $1 million, really? No.
They were like $800,000 or something stupid.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about Edmonton. Our planning. So fucking stupid.
Well, the last few mayors have done some stupid shit. So, yeah, review of Edmonton kind of goes down like that. Said when you could choose art, like you could focus on places where it has shitty graffiti. You could pay these graffiti artists to come in and actually do nice stuff, paint up walls and everything. You could be funding people, but yet you pay some guy to stack these silver balls on the side of Whitemud. Said if you put them at Horlack Park or somewhere, White Ave or somewhere where lots of foot traffic is, but you put them right beside the Whitemud, where now you have the chance, if you are standing beside them looking at them, you have that chance of now a car doing 80 kilometers an hour plus swerving into you because they're checking out if it's their first time seeing them. What is that behemoth ugly thing? And I'm pretty sure there's a merge there too. So said there's I bet you there's been accidents because of those stupid silver balls.
There's probably all these like shrines and memorials all over that place because so many people have been murdered.
And then they had to pay a stupid amount of money to clean them, I'm pretty sure, a bunch of times.
Oh,
and
yeah.
fix dented ones and like,
oh, yeah.
said, tear that shit down, move it somewhere else, like at a park or something. But tear that shit down.
They're not even nice.
No, they're ugly. And when I drove by them, they were ugly and like brown and like starting to rust. So they actually are starting to look like shit balls.
Like the rest of the city.
Yeah, those things.
Collins, do you have stupid shit like this in Columbus?
Not that I'm aware of, but probably.
Only in his bedroom.
We have a big fucking floating swinging bat as well that Edmonton has that crackheads sleep under.
I see. I actually like that just because it's so stupid.
But again, put it somewhere in a park or where you want to take pictures with it and stop and everything. I don't want to stop in that area when bums are sleeping under it and probably have been like,
look at that
screwing their bum friends on it. Like
I lived in that area for like.
Oh yeah, but that's the worst corner ever. Like it's super busy.
Yeah, it's pretty. I've seen some.
It's
you ain't
very
stopping there
in that corner.
Very inaccessible.
What a shithole.
That should be outside of the baseball diamond. I don't know why the fuck they didn't put it there.
Yeah, like great planning, Edmonton.
Maybe it's to remind all the crackheads that they should beat someone with a bat
and
try to
like
get some crack.
Every fucking all the LRTs, there's no overpasses or underpasses. Some of it downtown is underground, but all the rest of it, they didn't put any overpasses or underpasses. So you got fucking over at Kingsway there, you got train tracks right by a hospital. How many people you think fucking died in an ambulance waiting to get across the fucking train tracks?
Yep. But since that whole mess in like Kingsway, I stay the fuck away from that. I don't even if I have to go there, I figure out a different way.
The whole city's a mess like that.
You can go down to 101st, I think it is, if you take the Yellowhead. I think that's the turn, or 107th.
You can get around.
And then turn, and then you don't even have to cross that. You can just turn like into Kingsway.
Oh, show the slide. They still got the slide. We used to go in there at like at night and go down that slide in Northlands. What was that slide called? The big yellow one? Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
we used to break in there and fucking.
Yeah, we got chased out of there one time. A tip: don't use crazy carpets.
Yeah.
You
fast?
rocket down that thing, man.
Well, if there's one thing Darcy has taught us, it's that the Taos balls suck.
Yeah,
very true. Like,
Yeah,
who's the guy? Who's the person that sold that? Like, that was like made the money off that.
Some stupid, shitty artist.
Look it up.
He was
Probably already some rich dude. When they could have paid like struggling artists and stuff something to come up with.
Because you know what? Usually I try to respect art. You know, for the most part, it's like, you know, you put a lot of work into art. I try to respect it. But this is like, what, honestly?
Yes, same.
What creativity went into just circle? Like, here's a bunch of fucking balls. Like, there's no, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just no creative.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
Dumb.
That's
Like that.
And like, they propose the spot first. Like, so that's what you come up with for that spot. Like, there's a river right there. You could play off of everything. There's all that nice river valley area. And that's what you plan. That's your artist. That's your big vision. You come up with silver balls. Like, did you dream it up or what? Like, fuck, like, I should be an artist then.
Fucking
I'll stack some silver triangles or something. Some black triangles.
Nikola Tesla was sending that message to whoever fucking the aliens to fucking Nikola Tesla, then to whoever created that masterpiece of balls.
What about some fucking green cubes or something? Like, fuck.
It was, oh God.
Or be inclusive. The silver, oh no, like, you should have went rainbow colored. Include everyone. Rainbow colored balls or rainbow colored squares or something. Yeah, like some cubes.
Can you find out who made that? And then you should call that guy.
Ball. Are you kidding me?
Craig McTavish.
No wonder the guy made it. Why the fuck would we make a guy? This can't be right. One of the artists was actually named Benjamin Ball.
Oh my God.
And we're wondering, oh, why did they make a statue of balls?
And Gaston Googe.
Balls.
And another guy's name was Gaston Googe. That sounds like
balls.
God.
Well, that explains it.
I'm going to track down this guy. Not in a violent way, but in a...
Check
Gaston
out
Noobs of
Noobs.
Los Angeles. Actually, both of them are from Los Angeles. Then why the fuck would we get someone from Los Angeles to design art for Edmonton?
Why wouldn't we get an Edmontonian? Like,
because an Edmontonian couldn't come up with balls, could they?
Oh, you just...
That was some fucking Los Angeles hippie fucking sitting in Hollywood. He's probably living on Hollywood Boulevard.
I bet you they scammed. They're just like, let's go to some stupid city in Canada and try to fucking put some balls somewhere.
What?
Wow.
Well, okay.
Fucking waste.
So we were talking about Edmonton this week. This podcast. It wasn't all pluses. Edmonton isn't all the best. They are pretty shitty with repairing potholes, even though there's road construction.
I think that's everywhere.
Time. We have crazy different potholes too from a lot of other places because of our weather differences. But yeah, fucking.
I'm calling
what mayor approved these silver balls?
I'm calling him right now.
Stephen Mandel.
Sorry, my bad.
You've reached Ball Nugget Studio. If you've reached this recording, we're either out of the office or unable to answer the phone. Please leave a message and we will return your call.
On what planet do you think it's okay to come up a whole country into Edmonton, Alberta, and you think, you know what? We're Ball Nugget Studio. We're from LA, and we think we're so much better. And my last name is Ball. You know what we're going to give these Edmontonians? We're going to sucker them into? They've paid us so much money to design this. We're going to build a bunch of silver balls on the side of one of their busiest roadways in the middle of the city, and we're going to try and sell them on it being art. On what planet do you think that's appropriate? On what planet do you think that's all right? Where do you get off? you know what I mean? You're down there in LA, you get beautiful weather, 72 degrees. I know you get horrible traffic. You have to be subjected to Mario Lopez where you're trying to fill up your gas. But for the love of God, you got some ocean, you got some breeze, and you got some nice weather. And you think, you know what? It's not enough for us to stick the dagger in the rest of the world, the people that got to put up with minus 40. We're going to twist it just a little bit by selling them an art, a piece of art that we think is so great that's just a bunch of silver balls. Well, let me tell you something, Ball Noog Studio. How dare you? How absolutely dare you? I'm telling you right now, it's my goal, it's my life, it's my mission to permanently destroy that structure. I don't mean that in sort of a vandalistic way or a way that is violent or anything like that, but in a way that I want to mentally destroy it, physically destroy it, burn it to the ground so that everyone goes, you know what, those Talus balls up in Edmonton, those were the stupidest things to ever come out of LA ever. And that includes some of the worst teams in LA ever. So you know what? Thank you very much, but fuck you. Your contribution wasn't ever liked in this city, and it never will be liked. Stay in LA, enjoy your goddamn sun, listen to Randy Newman, and piss off. Thank you, goodbye, fuck you, good night.
Wowzers. You are not.
You got really heated at the end then.
You got the balls, but where they forgot the Nogs. Where are the Nogs?
I'm getting tired of these people coming up here, man.
Nogs was the one who probably welded them together.
So the
Ball come up with the balls idea.
Or is the brown stink the Nogs?
I'm sure Ball and Noogs will be sending some mail next week.
Oh no. My inbox is gonna get flooded.
I'm absolutely done with Los Angeles. You couldn't tell.
Me too. I'm not a big fan of Los Angeles either, man.
Sick of
I went to San Diego. That was all right from what I've seen. Yeah, of course, man. Of course,
and Universal. Well, all their theme parks over there.
Cool things are cool, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course.
But then you got
why can't we have some cool
there?
We haven't even had K days, and that's the coolest thing.
I don't like K-Days either.
I think I've swayed you guys. I don't think you guys are as confident in your Edmonton loving anymore. I think relax.
Well, no, there's downs to all cities and shit.
I hate Earth, man. To tell you the truth, like, well, not Earth. More human beings is correct. And right here, there's not that many human beings.
And there's more good than bad here. Where, like, going to the States, we're Canadian. I'm taught to hold doors open for people and shit like that. Going to the malls and stuff, going, like, all the malls in California and Florida and everything. Hold open a door for someone, and the look on their face, they're blown away. It's just like, what? Oh my God. And then you watch them and you start people watching, and it's just about them. They rip open the door and they walk in. They don't look behind who's behind them, anything. It's just, they're on their mission. It's all about them. It's in and out fucking where, yeah, I walk up to a door and I'll step back and hold it open for 10 people to go in. And all of them are just like, oh my God, just eyes wide open, like don't even know what to say, don't even know what to say thank you, because no one's ever done it for them.
Well, there's no ladies first mentality down there at all.
There's a nobody first. It's myself first, like down there.
So like the puddle thing and the jacket thing when
no, because they would steal your jacket. You would lay it down in that puddle, and the guy would be like, what? Sweet, thanks. Whoop, and gone.
Magneto's jacket. They'd steal it.
And then as a Canadian, we'd be like, thanks for stealing my coat.
Future Doug. Let's get to our final thoughts of the day. Does anyone have any final thoughts of the day? First I'm going to ask Mullins. You're on the Chinese time zone. What are your final thoughts?
I am not on a Chinese time zone, you jackass.
China only has one time zone. I mean, they're wider than Canada. They've only got one time zone.
Good for them.
That shit would be awesome, man.
Mullins, how do you feel about it? Are you tired?
Not right now. I'm not. We're not.
Hey, actually, wait. Before we end this, 2 weeks ago, Mullins actually promised that he was going to speak into the fan and create a robot.
I did not do no such thing.
Any other final thoughts?
Yeah, my final thought is, we talked about Edmonton today. I still think it's a great city. There's still lots of downfalls, but the city has gave me lots of great memories. Lots of memories with the Oilers and stuff like that. Going to the Adams wearing the one jersey, the Trappers. We're a very lucky city. There's not many Canadian cities that have baseball teams and football team, hockey team. I even had a memory of watching the Los Angeles Lakers come and play at the Coliseum back in the day. Great memories here in Edmonton. But yeah, there's lots of shit too. Shitty roads, shitty drivers. We do have some of the shittiest drivers like on the planet compared to.
I bet you a couple of them in the.
At least in North America, we have the shittiest drivers. We're pretty close to it. But yeah, Edmonton is a pretty good city in whole. Lots of great memories from it.
I like it too. It's all right. It's better than any other place I've ever been. And we have, like we were talking about famous people. We even have a famous serial killer from here. I think Mullins might know the guy, Chris Benoit. He's from here. He was a prolific serial killer.
No, he was not.
He killed women and children. He's from here. That's just a bit of a hit.
And then he killed himself. It was a double murder suicide.
Serial killer. Well, that's maybe he's from here, man. Like prolific serial killer.
No kidding. He was a famed professional wrestler, one of the greatest technicians,
and a child murderer.
Pair of boots until the tragic events that occurred in June 2007, where he took his life, as well as the life of his wife and son.
Very, very, very sad. I heard when he was a child, when he was
the answer to why he took the life of his wife and son.
Well,
we'll never know the answer to that. We know he had severe brain damage, CTE.
Yes,
due to all the concussions, the chair shots to the head, the diving headbutts, basically the abuse to the brain over the years.
Off the top ropes, brain smashes. But if you go, Mullins, if you go far back, like we start at his childhood, you can see where some things went wrong. Because when he was a child,
personally,
listen, when he was a child, he used to, his dad said he used to go and find roadkill and cut it all up and fry it up, or like make little stuffed animals that he would sleep with and stuff.
I think the downfall of Chris Benoit started when Eddie Guerrero died. I think that's the truth. And a lot of people that knew Chris even said it themselves. Chris changed right after Eddie died because him and Eddie were very close. They were so used to seeing each other on the road. They were really good friends. They've known each other for over 20 years, from Japan to ECW, WCW, WWE. And that was a big void. The brain damage, that Chris was basically a ticking time bomb. Something tragic was just waiting to happen. And unfortunately, from my understanding, there was signs like Kim and Nancy were having marital problems. At one point or another, she filed for a restraining order. She actually did file for a divorce. They managed to reconcile.
Mullins, were you personally in contact with Chris Benoit in the last 24 hours of his life?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I ain't going to lie, for the longest time, I have always felt that he didn't do it. But as time went on, well, hold on, let me explain. As time went on, years later, more information comes out. Now I truly believe that unfortunately Chris Benoit did do it because a lot of wrestling fans are in denial. They couldn't believe one of their favorite wrestlers would ever do something like this. As it was a horrible, horrible situation. You don't want to believe that he did it, but unfortunately, the facts of the case is there. He did it. One of the biggest reasons that I thought he didn't do it because they rushed into making the determination that it was a double murder-suicide, and he did kill his wife and son without waiting for a few weeks, without waiting until the autopsy, instead of 24 hours later said, oh, yeah, it's a double murder-suicide. This is serious. This is
serious, but this is what I'm saying. So,
Benoit, you were just a slut.
No. Don't even bring that up.
No,
man.
listen. Didn't Eddie Guerrero die under mysterious circumstances?
No, he died of heart failure.
I'm pretty fucking sure Chris Benoit murdered him. Maybe Eddie was banging Nancy, and his serial killer instincts just took over.
No. Eddie died of heart failure. That was confirmed by Vicky and everybody else. The autopsy confirmed that he died of heart failure. What it was,
he was scared.
They found him on the bathroom floor.
Was he like this?
I don't know. They found him on the bathroom floor, unconscious, and he wasn't breathing. By the time that they got to him, paramedics got to him, it was pretty much too late. He was pretty much gone.
Did you have contact with Eddie Guerrero in the 24 hours? His last.
No, obviously not. This was 15 years ago.
I still think if the American police or where did he die?
Minneapolis.
So the Minnesota Police Department, which we all know is a fucking joke. If they would have did their job, they probably would have found evidence on a murder.
No,
he didn't die of heart failure. And I bet you Chris Benoit was probably linked in that somewhere.
Oh my God, Chris Benoit wouldn't kill Eddie Guerrero. Chris Benoit.
How do you know?
He killed his family.
Yeah, that's a different story.
He killed his child. Why wouldn't he be able to kill a friend or something?
I wouldn't, because
an acquaintance.
I just think
everything has to be murder, man.
Your child, you can kill.
If the Minnesota Police Department,
they did do their job, man.
No, we all know about the Minnesota Police Department and how.
Yeah, they may suck, but come on, there was no evidence of foul play.
Because they didn't find it, because they were just like, this is heart failure, even though he has all these stab wounds in him and whatnot.
He didn't have no stab wounds in him.
Mullins,
you're acting like this is the NFL. Wrestling, they all take steroids just so they don't get in trouble with the TV broadcasting and not even TV. It's the parents, it's the Karens of the world going, I'm not letting my child watch that because they take steroids and shit. So they just say,
you act like every wrestler takes steroids. You act like they don't actually work out and shit.
Yeah,
like
they work out all the time, but steroids does that.
Oh,
if every wrestler was on steroids, all of them would be jacked up.
They are.
Not all of them.
I'm talking about jacked up like Scott Steiner,
Lex Luger.
You look at the Ron Mysterio from back in the day.
Mysterion.
Yeah, Mysterion.
Ron Mysterious.
You look at Ron Mysterious. You look at him back in the day to now.
Mysterion.
He's how much older and twice the size. You don't build more muscle when you're older. You do it when you're younger.
You can if
when you're older. When you're in your 40s, like he is, you need something. You need a supplement. You need steroids.
Not necessarily. He could be taking the stuff that you find at sporting stores. That protein
powder doesn't do that.
What about what does the Hulk take?
Steroids, but radioactive.
Like gamma rays, right?
Yeah, some radioactive.
But he's not a wrestler, though.
They could be using gamma rays and steroids. Yeah.
Well,
Edmonton sucks.
I think I'm done.
Edmonton sucks. It's where I live.
Hey, he means the city,
Right,
not
right
the
again,
Oilers.
we're done.
Edmonton blows.
So, guys,
Later, bros. Edmonton's all right.
So